Welcome back to the Everything Spectrum channel. This last 24 hours has been really exciting for me as I uh, heard from a lot of people. Um, a lot of people private messaged me, emailed me, and I've been able to connect with quite a few people, and it's been really great to be able to see that this is something that people want to hear. And I'm really glad to have this platform. I haven't been able to have a platform in a while. I've been in this house and living our little pandemic life for 10 months, and so I just wanted to be able to make a difference in the autism world again, and I'm really excited to be a part of this. So anyway, I wasn't expecting to read a children's book to start off, but it fit exactly with what I was talking about today, and I have so many videos that are coming in the future that it just kind of lined up perfectly with the message that I had leading into everything else. And I was reading this book, Jonathan James and the What If Monster, with my 7-year-old today. And it was meant to be that I came across this book. He had to read 2 books for school today, and we were reading it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely perfect for what I'm talking about today. So, excuse me, Jonathan James and the What If Monster. I love this book. Some what if monsters like to hang out and fill up our heads with worry and doubt. They are sneaky and quiet and quick as a blink. The words that they whisper can change how we think. Jonathan James heard those words full of dread, and all those what ifs got stuck in his head. And if you know anybody with autism, if you hear something negative, it's going to get stuck in your head, and you're going to play it and play it and play it in your head. And that's exactly what is. I love that word stuck, because that's exactly what happens with people with autism. They get stuck. What if you tumble? What if there's wind? What if you slip and your knee gets all skinned because he's climbing a tree? What if they giggle? What if it's chilly? What if they jump and you look really silly as he jumps into the pool? What if it's hard? What if you're bad? What if they laugh and make you feel sad? Well, when I was told that I wouldn't even hit a ball when I was younger. Because I had no depth perception and my eyes did not converge. So they actually said she probably won't be able to drive. She probably won't be able to hit a ball. And I always kind of felt like people were going to laugh and make fun of me when I did those things. But I ended up, and I've talked to my softball coach years later. She's since passed away, but she um, had mentioned how hard it was for me to catch and how hard it was for me to hit a ball. But I was just such that determined kid. So anyway, and I did, and I even got a home run. So it was one of those things again, and I drove, of course. So nothing people told me that I wouldn't be able to do did I allow that to happen. I've always been that determined person. So what if it's ugly? What if it stinks? What if that's what everyone thinks? What if it's yucky? What if it's icky? What if mom yells because you're too picky? And every single one of us on the spectrum, we can relate to that. We have our things that we're ready to eat or that we're willing to eat, and and me as now a mom who's trying to raise these 3 kids with the pickiest of appetites, I totally get it. So what if it's dark? What if it's scary? What if there's something giant and hairy? I still have 3 that are scared to death to sleep in their rooms. Um, Again, yeah, there's a lot of fears and anxieties that come along with autism. What if you lose? What if you're last? What if you're slow and never get fast? And all these thoughts are really real. I mean, everybody probably thinks these things, but things are more exaggerated and the anxieties are worse when you have autism? What if she laughs? What if she runs? What if she thinks you're not any fun? Now, we have a hard enough time being social, but those are the kind of things that go through your head even before you try. Now, wait just a minute. I have something to say. After hearing what ifs all through the day, I hear all your worries, I hear all your claims, but what if you're wrong? Asked Jonathan James. What if I climb to the top of that tree and I never slip or skin up a knee? And what if I jump right into that pool and everyone thinks I look really cool? And what if baseball is nothing but fun and I end up hitting a triple home run? And what if my drawing goes up on the wall and everyone thinks it's the best one of all? And what if I taste some of that food and it puts my mouth in a really good mood? We make our kids try at least one tiny bite of it, just one. And Ricky, normally he'll give me the thumbs up. So we try to make him try it. And what if I run in a really big race and have a great time no matter what place? And what if I sleep and have the best dream that monsters are sweeter than they all seem? And what if the chance I take in the end is just how I find my very best friend? What if we take those chances? What if we do? What if we heard that we wouldn't graduate high school? What if you heard if you would never hit a ball like I talked about? Or if you would never drive a car? Or if you would never be able to uh, be successful? What if you heard those things growing up? What if you knew you didn't talk until you were 3 years old and other people were talking? What if you knew that you were that person that stayed on the couch or in the corner when everybody in the room was socializing and you couldn't even find any words within yourself to be able to speak to others? And you were so shy and so afraid and that you just wanted to become invisible. And what if you were that one that sat in school and just hoped that you would not be called on and that you would look away every single time the teacher would call on you because you knew you were the one that didn't know the answer? And when people would come up to you and try to start a conversation, you had no idea how to answer. You didn't know what to say back. So what if you were that person that when you went out with other people, you just felt like the life was being sucked out of you every second? And by the time you got home from your day, you just felt like you had walked a mile and or 100 miles, and you just felt like you needed to go into your little bubble and you just needed to figure out a way to get your body calm from all the noises and distractions and noises, everything that went around you all day long, that you have to just figure out a way for you to be able to function and not have a meltdown when you get home from school or work because there was just too much going around you and in your head all day long and you just couldn't turn it off. You couldn't get a chance to be in your autistic bubble to calm down. So what if academically you were the only one, you felt the only one in the classroom that was so far behind, and that you didn't see things the way others did. You couldn't read things the way others did. And what if all you heard in your head all day long is, I can't, I can't. Or you heard doctors or uh, neuropsychiatrists, psychologists all saying, and maybe you didn't realize or they didn't realize that you could hear them and you could see their concerns and hear their concerns that you might just be different. So those things are all really real. And being able to flip that switch and be able to do what Jonathan James did in the What If Monster. I mean, the what if thoughts are a monster because it controls our thoughts and feelings and makes us feel as if we can't do those things when we really can. So many people have said to me, what what made you be able to do the things that you did? Because they said I wouldn't graduate high school and I got a master's degree. They said I wouldn't drive a car. And not only that, I drove even a postal truck where you drive on the opposite side. And I made myself learn to ride a unicycle, and I found things that I could do. My parents found things that I was really strong in, and like swimming and some other things, which I'll go into in other videos. But what if those things just were in your head all day long, and then you felt like you were just so defeated? It is such a horrible place to live in. And so, as we go into these videos, as we go into the future here with some of these next videos, I will share with you um, some of the things that I have done in order to fight those demons that go in your head, and what other people have done or said or tried to define me and my path in life. And I just never wanted that to happen. And I don't want that to happen to my three either. And just really quick, my little Ricky, he's 7 now, but he's got he has autism, but he has a lot of other things too. And one of the things is that he's gone out, he loves sports. And he was out throwing a ball and basket, he was trying to make baskets and he couldn't. And the ball was actually pretty far away from the basket. And uh, all these kids that are older, they were making fun of him. And I was like, I just prayed for him at that moment, and he didn't realize that they were making fun of him, and he still had the best time in the world, and he didn't even realize that he wasn't playing it right or that he was having a really hard time. He was just having a blast in spite of not being able to do it correctly, and he was doing it his way, and he was, just enjoying. And I was like, gosh, wouldn't that be amazing if we just did it our way and we figured out life our own way, and we were joyful in spite of doing it the way everybody says it we're supposed to be doing it. Because why does there have to be a right way or a wrong way? Why can't there just be a way? And we just do it in life, and we all end up in the same place at the end anyway. So what does it matter? So I really loved this book, What If Monster, and I pray that we can all just not worry and about those what ifs in our heads, and not focus on those, and focus more on the um, what if we do this? What if we do it anyway? We can do it no matter what those what ifs are in our head if they're negative. And I just pray that we can turn them around and be able to make it no matter what.